Hey y'all, I am doing like several. Okay, so I have my tablet because um I'm really not sure how all of this works yet. So we're gonna see how this goes. I don't want private chat. Oh, there we go. Aha. Hey, hey TSS, what's up? Okay. So I think I've got like some of this figured out now. um I just spent like the better part of my day trying to figure out exactly how I was going to come on here and come to all of you guys. It's been a while since I've been on a live stream or anything, so I've been trying to get myself together and make sure that we are streaming across all of the platforms at the same time. So right now we are on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, as well as Instagram. So I am trying to see if, oh, okay. It looks like they put next to your comment like which site you're from, like which platform you're from. I feel so ridiculously slow. I feel slow. Hey y'all, come into the room. Come into the room. We are live across Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn. So make sure that y'all comment. Let me know that you're in the room. Like I said, this is my first time actually using this platform by myself. The last time that we used it was for the Welcome to My Psyche release party and concerts. And like that was, we were just trying to figure it out. So I went on a Little Messy podcast. Shout out to a Little Messy podcast. I had them link into their stuff, link into my stuff. Hi, King Egg. How you doing? I had them link into like so many things, and we all were like running around trying to figure out how it all worked. I think we did okay by the end, but it was crazy. It was really, really crazy. Hey, y'all. Like I said, step into the room, comment, let me know that you, oh, what's that? Let me know that you're here. What does it say, show or not show? Hey, that's so cool. Look at what I was able to do. That's dope. Oh my God. This is going to be crazy, y'all. Thank y'all for putting up with me and like my technical difficulties and lack of knowing how to control a live stream, honestly. Um, I used to go live a lot. So, like, kind of, in my earlier days, um, I would go live on Facebook a lot and make sure that I was like, talking to everybody, kind of like touching base, letting them know what was going on, everything like that. So that is like honestly the extent of a live anything that I would do. The Bedroom Chronicles is actually a series that I had created like maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. I created this series specifically for this, specifically to tune in with people, to interact with you all, and to actually like have the time to speak to you without me putting out like content, like through content and stuff like that. Because there's only so much that I could do through content. I don't know if you guys noticed, but like I try my best, honestly, to answer everybody, across all platforms, and it's crazy. It really is crazy. Um, I try my best to make them special for everybody because I'm getting to know a lot of you. But to be honest with you, it's hard because there's so many. So, I just want to make sure that I'm commenting to all of you just to express my gratitude. That is first and foremost, like, the most important to me. So I am sorry if my comments get a little redundant, like if you're getting the praying hands or you're getting a thank you or whatever have you. Like, I truly do mean it from the bottom of my heart. Like, it's not generic to me. Like, I am literally going in there and I am like writing all of you these thank yous. It's not like I'm just got it somewhere and I'm just like pasting thank yous away. I'm really not. I'm actually responding to all of you. That's why I know exactly who you are when you step into the room. Um but there's some things going on. There's like been a lot of developments happening, and it's things are getting away from me, and I'm trying my best to like keep grounded and like figure out what it is that I'm doing and where it is that I'm at all times. But to be quite frank with you, it is a whirlwind of just stuff that I'm doing all the time. Like, and for those of you who don't know me yet, I still am very much a regular human being, as far as like profession and stuff like that. I'm a human being all the time, but as far as profession, so I still have a 9 to 5, and I am actively and vigorously pursuing music. So I say that because like it's not a passive thing for me. Like, I am always, all the time, on. Um, so that means that, like, when I'm not here creating content on this live with you or whatever have you, it means that I'm probably elsewhere working a 9 to 5. And it is very, very tiring. It's not for the weak. I would not recommend it. If you are not serious about what it is that you're doing, like if you're not serious about music, I would highly, highly recommend that you do not on take what it is that I'm doing, because it's insane and I have to be an insane person to keep it going, to be honest with you. But I believe that this year is the year. I've said that many, many times. And I stand firm in that. I manifested it at the beginning of this year. A lot of the things that have transpired, I did not predict. So, I'm doing whatever it is and the work that it is that I need to do to fulfill my purpose. But at the end of the day, it's just basically me trying to navigate and figure out how to do that without wearing myself out. um, Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I started touching base with all of you like more often, because I don't speak my piece enough. I really don't. I think that that leads to some frustrations behind the scenes that I just don't talk about. So like, this was my safe space that I created for me to be able to speak with all of you in a very candid way, for you to really understand what it is that my moves are like, the whys, the everything. I wanted to make sure that I create a platform where that much is understood, because I feel like I don't want to disconnect. I don't want to disconnect between myself and the Nubian team, which, to be honest with you, I'm so happy that you all are choosing to be a part of. But it's very grueling. Um, so yeah, so I wanted to talk about Fallen, number one. Fallen is the single that was released, the music video that was released about 3 weeks ago, for the uh, feature film Plight that is now on Amazon Prime Video. I actually saw it on a couple of more platforms. It's available. It's also on Tubi now. It's on YouTube. What is it, like YouTube streaming? And it's also on Google Play and TV streaming. I saw that there are other distribution companies that are now streaming the movie. So if you guys have time to check out Plight, it's actually a really, really, really good film. I highly recommend. It's really good. And I honestly am just so blessed to be a part of something like that because it just it's amazing. Like I said, I didn't plan it. It just happened. And sometimes those are the most beautiful things is when something just occurs. And that's exactly what happened with Plight. I basically walked into a studio and I was there to meet with a writer and to just chat it up, you know what I mean? And kind of talk about what they were looking for, what I was looking for, and if there was a possibility for us to kind of collaborate in the future. I did not think that from that would come an opportunity to create a song from scratch to be part of a feature film. Like, I really didn't think that. Um, it wasn't even dawning on me as it was happening. And this all happened within the same day, y'all. Like, this was like, I don't know. It was like that. So we were kind of chopping it up about like what our goals were individually and stuff like that. And then shout out to Jamor and Angelo Qualia. If you guys do not know who he is an amazing engineer, producer. He just presents us with this opportunity, which was insane. I couldn't believe that I was in the room even hearing what my ears were hearing. And to be honest with you, I was a little worried because I was like, holy crap, am I going to be able to rise to the occasion for something that is so huge? And so, his confidence in myself and in Jamor is an amazing writer. And his confidence in myself and Jamord and us three together to create something as quickly as we had to, because it was like a whirlwind kind of creation. Like, the whole song, majority of it was done that night. And so we basically like plowed away and created this song from scratch, which was insane. Um, and then it was like, okay, that's happening, but like, what now? I had no idea. So in the meantime, I'm creating the staircases. I'm doing all of the things that I usually do. And for those of you who don't know, like the staircases, um, it gets recorded um once a week. So usually what happens is like it's a long day basically, and some days are longer than others because depending on the difficulty of the song, you know it could be a longer time, for me to understand exactly how it is that I want to execute it. And a lot of the times I'm learning these songs on the fly. Like, I know them from childhood or whatever have you. I know of them. I know the lyrics. I kind of like make them up a little bit sometimes, like as as we all do when we're growing up. But like a lot of the times I'm learning the song on the spot. So that means the lyrics a lot of the times, as well as the placement and like the actual vocal technique behind the song itself and how it was created, and then how it is that I want to approach it. So all of that is happening at one time when I'm creating the staircases, and it is insane. Again, I would not recommend. Because it's crazy. But that is how the staircases are created. Thank you, Dark Face Squatter. How you doing? It's like making me excited that you guys are here. Thank you. But like that's how the staircases are created, and it's difficult, y'all, because one thing that I haven't really talked about is my singing journey, as far as the beginning to now. Like, I only started really, 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 really singing about 3 years ago. Prior to that, I did sing some, but I didn't pursue my career as a singer. I'm a rhythmic pop artist. That is my category. It's been my category since like I can remember. I haven't been just hip hop or R&B in a long time, because they didn't know where to place me at first to begin with. So they had to put me in a category that made sense at the time. And rhythmic pop wasn't even really a thing, honestly. So they kind of created this little avenue for me, which was rhythmic pop, but it mostly was hip hop music. It mostly was hip hop. And I got into some like singing and the hooks and things like that. And even how that came about wasn't even by choice. That was by necessity. Like I had a song that needed to be sang on the hook, and I needed to rise to the occasion. I did. So even like I was like terrified of ever embroaching upon singing again. There's a long story behind that. If y'all want to hear it, let me know in the comments. But there's a story behind why it is that like I didn't sing for a long time. So it wasn't until about 3 years ago that I actually, and basically because of COVID, um, that I actually decided that I was going to go back and I was going to get vocal lessons and really, really pursue singing as equally as I do hip hop. So, what it is that you all are hearing with each video is a new me. It's like I'm being invented each time. It's like I'm evolving each time. I watch the videos back. Sometimes I watch them back and I'm happy about them. Sometimes I watch them back and I'm like, I could have done better there. I could have tweaked this part. Oh, I was like a little flat there. So, trust me, if there's anything that anyone else is hearing, I am my biggest critic. I'm hearing it tenfold. Um, and it's a learning progress like every single day for me. um Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I try. I really do. Dark face, I really do, but it's hard because it's not like I grew up as a child singing, or in the church singing, and all of my developmental like errors and things like that. It's not like they happen while no one was looking and while I had the safety of a community that would be like, it's okay if you mess up, or next time, or do this time, or whatever have you. Like I didn't have that. So it's basically what my evolution is happening in front of y'all. um and thank you. I really do appreciate you saying so. Like my evolution is happening in front of y'all, and you know, it's it's fun and hard at the same time, because people on the internet are not always nice, and not even people on the internet, like some people who know of you or whatever have you, they're not very nice. Like word gets back to you about that too. So it's really hard because it's like I'm constantly putting myself out there to basically be barbecued. And sometimes I end up charred at the end. And sometimes I end up like nice and glistening and, all saucy. But like, and it's not very like often that I'm getting like all these crazy comments. It's not, but when they come in, like I feel like it just, I don't know, it just does something to your like soul, I guess. I don't know. You'll probably hear a lot of, or you probably heard a lot of other people talking about that aspect of like putting yourself out there and putting content out there and allowing for people to make their judgments and things like that. And, you know, and one aspect, it could be a growing process, because people, a lot of people, like, they are kind and they do want to see you get better and they do want to see you progress, and they do give you, like constructive feedback and things like that, because they understand for real like what's happening. But then there's other times where like, no, like you don't get that. That's not what's happening. Like people are just being nasty and they're trolling, and that's just like what they're there for. And their existence online basically is that. Like you'll go to their page and they have like 2 followers and they're like profile pictures of a pet that's probably not even there. So, like, even though it comes from an anonymous, who knows who that is, it still is like, it stings a little bit. But I'm just focused on getting better every day, like getting better not only with singing, but also like just with my artistry, with my pen, my writing, with my songwriting, with my song approach, with just developing as an artist. Like, that's what's important to me at the end of the day. All of the other stuff is kind of like extra. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know. Like, I don't dwell on it because that's not the important piece. Like, the important piece is that I'm doing what I need to do to get to the next level. That's what's important. Yeah, like they use like these crazy fake pages to troll. And, I'm a human being at the end of the day. Like, when people say things or whatever have you, like, it's hurtful. Like, it is. It's hurtful, especially when you take yourself seriously and you take what you're doing very, very seriously. It's very hurtful when people decide that, they kind of want to like step all over that. But it's part of the whole process. I understand. It's the name of the game. It's one of those things where you sign on and you understand that that's part of it, but it is something else. So, basically, like, to kind of get back to what I was saying about the staircases was created specifically so that I could evolve. It was created so that I could attempt songs that weren't my own, and really do it for real and document that journey. And so that I can be able to look back and see, number one, how far I've come, but number two, like, if I made a video, and this is live singing, by the way, y'all, like, when you hear background vocals and stuff like that on the videos, I do those after, but the main lines they're live. Like, I don't paste those in. I know that that's like been a question about the staircases, like, oh, well, she's pre-recording. And no, like, what you're seeing on the video is me like actually singing live. There was only one time that, like, 1 week that I wasn't able to do that, and it was because I was on vacation and my sound was just like not sounding, and so I had to re-record everything on vacation, which was actually harder than being on the staircases. I had to re-record everything like on a voice memo and then like isolate the vocals and everything like that. It was freaking hard. But what you see on the staircases is live singing, y'all. Yes, it's pre-recorded, like, because I'm recording the video and the content before I post it. But like, as far as recording the vocals before I even get to the staircase, no. Like, that's happening live. So whatever you're hearing is, there's no auto tune, there's none of that. Like, I'm not doing any of that. So you are getting raw vocal. So I am sorry if like it's not always perfect, but as I said, I'm still growing and I'm still learning, and I give myself that room to fall so that I can get back up and be stronger for it. And so that's basically what the staircases was for. So honestly, they're like, whoever it is, it's just like, I'm like, honestly, I really don't care, because that's not what it was created for. And you completely missed the mark if that's what you're like, focusing on. I appreciate that. I will hope that nobody will want to troll me, but they be doing it. They be doing it anyway. um, but thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, but I basically am at a point in my career where it's just like, the next level was necessary. Doing something different was necessary because I was getting stagnant. Like, I am the type of artist that does not like doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. Like, that does not make me feel comfortable. It actually makes me feel weird. And so evolving is very important to me, and that evolution is happening within myself. Like, I'm not looking to other people and being like, oh, I've got to beat them or whatever have you. I mean, yeah, like, there's healthy competition and stuff like that. But that's not what I'm referring to. Like, the evolution is because of myself. Like, I want to make sure that I'm always evolving and exploring other things, because that's what makes artistry interesting to me, is to like keep going different places that I haven't been before. So being uncomfortable isn't necessarily foreign to me. So, who cares? Whatever. Whatever. But Hit Dogs, which like I was so freaking excited to finally be able to release because I kind of held on to it for a little bit. Um so this song, let me know, Darkface, can you hear me with the music on? Let me know. I don't know. Oh, no. No. Can you hear me? In this current climate, I mean, give me the qualifications. I need answers and I need them stat. Ain't on the kid for the stats. Been a problem since they realized I wasn't a sir when I passed. They hold plan. They don't know what to do with the enemy. They get to pretending that I don't exist. Matters up, they can't leave me out the conversation. I'ma talk a piece. Right. You sit in interviews and they be asking about me. Jeez. Excuse me. Korea killer coming through, took him out cold. It's a lot of. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay. So like this song right here, I had to actually sit on because Fallen, the feature song from the movie, came and trumped everything that I had planned for this song. The remix was already recorded because as soon as I heard this beat, I actually heard this beat on the BET Awards. Like I don't listen to Playboy Cardi like that, so I did not hear this song. And I was watching the BET Awards and I'm like, oh my God, I kind of like that beat. And it kind of stuck in my head. So I was just like, I have to write something. And it kind of just poured out of me. Like I just wrote it all. So I hit the studio, recorded it, everything. Did the video, everything. I'm just like, okay, I'm so excited. Like it's been a long time since I've released something. And then in the midst of that, the music video for Fallen needed to be released. So this is like the part of the industry, y'all, that is a little bit like difficult because you really don't know when it is that something is going to I see. It's saying that it can't post messages to some channel. Interesting. You never know when it is that there's something that is going to jolt what it is that you're doing. You don't know sometimes all of the details. What you can imagine is kind of like, it drives me crazy. I'm the type of person who I need to know like all of the details. I need to know like when is something going to be released? When is it, when do I need to do this? When do I need to I'm very like meticulous like that. So like it did drive me crazy not knowing all of the details about when it is that things were going to happen. Like way ahead of time. Like I would find out maybe like within a week's time, if not like a couple of days time. So I had no idea that the music video was going to like, it needed to be released like like then at that time until it was happening. And at that point I had already shot the video for Hit Dogs. So I was like, oh my God, like I don't want to stifle the lane for Fallen because it is amazing. And I really had no idea what it was that I was going to do to like try to accommodate both at the same time. So I had to put Hit Dogs on the back burner and give Fallen the spotlight that it deserves. And y'all, like, these things aren't static. Like this stuff happens and it keeps going. Like, Fallen isn't like over. What is happening with Fallen is far from done. Like the music videos there, the movie is on Amazon Prime now, which I hope y'all stream it, or I hope you did stream it. The movie is on Amazon Prime now. It's the song is in the credits, so you have to hit that you want to watch credits when it comes up. The song is in the credits, but that song is far from doing what it was supposed to do. It's not even on streaming platforms yet. So you can only imagine that there's a lot more planned for it. So I'm just waiting on, when it is that I'm supposed to do what it is that I'm supposed to do. So I don't always know that in advance. So just be on the lookout. That's gonna happen. Oh yeah, Darkface. What kind of music do you work with? But it's like, it's crazy. It really, really is. So Hit Dogs was already done, and I was just like, crap, I have to put this on hold now. And the crazy thing about it was, I'm like, wow, these are two completely different extremes as far as genres go. With like what it is that like people expect to see from me, or that they're used to seeing from me, put it that way. Fallen is definitely one of the things that are newer to people. Like, that record is something that they were not necessarily used to seeing me do. So that one was huge for not only like, yes, the film and everything, but for myself with the Nubian team, and like the evolution process that I was talking about, and growing and stepping into newfound territory that we haven't been in before. So there was Fallen, and then Hit Dogs comes out, and it's like what it is that people are used to seeing from me. So it was like basically the world's kind of doing this, and like fusing the way that, they are supposed to, because to be honest with you, I wouldn't choose one or the other. Like, at the end of the day, they're both who I am, you know what I mean? And um I've never been one type of artist, which is why I wasn't rhythmic pop anyway. um but I do hope that you all are enjoying the Hit Dogs video. Like, I really, really do, because um it took 2 days to like shoot it for real. I don't know if you all watched till the end of the video, but there's something that happens at the end that is an indicator of what the first day was like. And, just to give some insight, I want to say shout out to like my city. Shout out to Springfield, Massachusetts, 413, for being like the bomb.com when it comes to, their support for me. Like, honestly. So the day before that we shot the version of Hit Dogs that came out, we actually were at a citywide event, because it was around the 4th of July. And that event had so much going on that it was kind of hard to get shots that didn't have crazy stuff happening in the background, just from, like the celebration and everything like that. Like, it was just difficult to get shots that wouldn't have things in the background that were like, that's not going to look good in that shot. So it was kind of hard to block the shot. Um, so, but I want to say, with that being said, shout out to the family that allowed me to use the speakers in the back of your car for a video. And I'll probably release some BTS from this so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Cause I know it sounds like a nothing, but it was a something. Um, so shout out to the family that allowed me to use the speakers in their car. um, Even though they were like minding their business, doing their own thing. My sister, shout out to my sister, Nine Nine Loves, shout out to her. And she really, really came through, like, and went asking all of these people, like, would you allow my sister to use your bike, use this, use that? And it was crazy, because it was like, they were like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, what? What? I was like, I could not freaking believe it. And they were just like, yeah, sure. So a whole family, y'all, allowed me to use like their speakers and everything in this video. It was insane. And it's just one of the things that makes me smile about my city. Like, it's one of the things that don't get talked about enough. It are the is the kindness that people have, and um their willingness to support something they don't even know what it is, because they didn't know what they were like, I don't know who this girl is. And they still like were like, okay, she could use it. um and shout out to T Bermudez for allowing me to use her bike, um her try. It was pretty freaking cool, and it's a freaking nice bike. So shout out to her for letting me use hers. There was also another girl that allowed me to use her bike. Shout out to her. It was a beautiful bike, and I didn't get her information so that I could shout her out properly. But you know who you are. You are amazing. Thank you so much for doing that for me. Honestly, like, I am indebted. So thank you. But my city really did show up. But at the end of Hit Dogs, if you watch the whole video, you will see that it was just a crazy day. And I could not control anything. I could not control anything. You know, where I'm from, you can get a little rowdy. You know what I'm saying? So, it did. And I was there in the middle of it. And to be honest with you, like, nothing changes. Nothing changes how I feel about my city. Like, nothing can change that. Nothing. Not no crazy Facebook posts going on and drawing about all of the negativities. Nothing. There's just nothing. So, thank you for like showing me genuine love. Like, honestly, I really do thank y'all for that. But it was amazing. But we could not get those shots that day, so it had to come out the next day. Hit Dogs had to come out. Well, we had to redo it the next day, and it was like night and day. Honestly, like, shooting it was like night and day as far as like the complexity of trying to get the shots. Even me, like, where I was, like, in my brain, in my space, everything was just completely different. So everything happens for a reason, but these are like the things that happen that I don't talk about because it's freaking insane. Um, so, I try my best to, like, pivot all the time, but I pivot a lot, y'all. Like, you have no idea how much I do take a lot on the chin, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. And it's about getting back up. You know what I'm saying? Like Kari said, I get up 10. Like, you have to get back up and you have to just keep going, because no one's gonna feel bad for you. No one's gonna stop their show for you. No one's gonna be like, oh, well, you didn't get your fair shake or whatever. No one's gonna do that. So you just have to keep on going and doing what it is that you do. People, they come and go. You have people who are in your career for seasons. Some seasons are longer than others. Some are very, very short lived. But for me, for the most part, the people that I work with, I tend to work with for a very, very long time, because I just don't trust people. I don't trust people, y'all. And that's just been years of just experience, I think, that has made me hyper aware of different things and people. So I don't trust very easy. So my team is very, very small, but I am very appreciative to them. So, that is basically where it is that I'm at. We're continuing on with other things. There's still some videos from the staircases that have not been released that I have to release to all of you. So be ready for that. You're gonna be like, we already saw this, but you didn't. You may have seen the outfit, but you didn't see the actual song. I kept having to pause this particular week of the staircases because of all of the developments with Fallen and then with Hit Dogs. So it's like I had to keep saying, okay, well, I'm not posting the staircases right now because this has to be debuted. So there are going to be some coming up that you're going to be like, we seen this outfit. But shout out to y'all for like letting me know about the outfits and how much you like them. I appreciate that because the thing is like, I don't know. I love to put things together and I collect so many pieces like all the time, just randomly. I don't know what they're going to do, how they're going to do. I just get them because I'm just like, I really, really like that. I have no idea how that's going to come together for me in the future, but I'm gonna get it anyway because when it does come to form, baby, it's probably gonna be really, really, really cute. And so a lot of the times I just collect pieces. So a lot of the things that you guys see are from my closet. They of course came from a store or somewhere at one point in time, but if you guys end up asking like where did you get that from, sometimes I can't recall, and the reason for that is because it's been in my closet for forever and I just didn't wear it because I collect clothes like that. So I do try my best to guess, and I think sometimes I'm pretty good at guessing like exactly where it came from. And the good thing is that, you know, I tend to gravitate towards the same companies, clothing companies. So I can like kind of be like, okay, you know, maybe I got this from here, like most likely. And I do try to give you guys the tea on where it is that I'm getting some of these pieces from or that I got them from. But a lot of the times, to be honest with you, they're in my closet chilling. And it finally came together as a whole outfit in my brain. But I do appreciate that y'all telling me about that because it is that I do love doing is like putting pieces together and just like styling myself. Honestly, a lot of the times people they assume that someone styles me. No one styles me. I style me. There have been like some occasions where, you know, my best friend Miles J or my sister, you know, Kanai would nine I loves for y'all would step in and be like, oh, what about this, you know, and brainstorm, and we'll brainstorm, or they've come up with certain things. But for the most part, the outfits that you guys see is from me and my psyche. So there's that. But I'm gonna get off of this. I just want to make sure that you know that I am going to be coming to you a lot more often. Let me know like if this time works out for y'all. Like, does 7 o'clock on a Tuesday work for y'all? Or like, would you rather see me go live at a different time and day because I can try to make that more consistent? Like Fridays and stuff like that are kind of hard because that's the weekend, y'all. And as you know, like not only am I doing things, y'all be doing things. So y'all don't even have time to be watching a live or whatever have you. But let me know, you know, in the comments and stuff like that, what it is that you think. I think that there are some folks from, and if you're wondering what I'm looking at you, like I'm looking at the same screen. I know that probably looked crazy, but I'm looking at the same screen because this is where I'm like seeing your comments and stuff like that. But I know that some of you have been on you might do anything. Well, the thing about it is at night though, like how long at night? Because like I got a bedtime. I am such a like grandma. Like I'm an abuelita when it comes to like going to bed. I be getting tired, y'all. I be so worn out. You don't understand. Like I said, it's like 9 to 5 and then music until I drop. And a lot of the times I like sometimes after several days of doing that, it catches up with me. And then like there's just exhaustion. There have been like some weekends where as much as it is that I would love to, you know, partake in weekend activities, I can't because I literally just slept the whole day because like the exhaustion caught up with me. Like it's kind of scary, honestly. I've been in situations where I've tried to wake up and I can't. It's scary. And it's not from like drinking or anything. It's just from pure exhaustion. So when you see like music artists, people who are like mainstream and stuff like that being hospitalized for exhaustion, it's a very, very real thing. Because you can, if I'm going through this right now, being an independent artist, not signed or anything, just imagine what they are going through, constantly on the go and having these crazy demands. I'm talking about going to bed wicked, wicked late for, I'm showing my Massachusetts, wicked, wicked late, you know, at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning because they just did a show the previous night, and then having to be up for daytime television and radio, and then having to go and do photo shoots. So that, like, if you do enough of that all the time, your body, you could, and your brain want to do as much as you want to do. Your body will say, "Good day, ma'am." "Good day, sir." Like, it will shut down on you. You can't. I mean, you know, some people try to take substances to control that, but we won't get into that. That's a conversation for another day. Also, let me know about some of the things that y'all want me to talk about on here, as far as it pertains to music and things like that. Um, you know, I'm not a podcast by any means, so this is literally just my life to hang out and chill with y'all and talk about new developments and talk about like what's going on for the week or upcoming things. But for the most part, I love y'all. If it wasn't for y'all, like, you have no idea. Like, I get teary-eyed when I think about it because, like, woo, y'all kept me going. Because let me tell you, there's some people that don't want things to pop, and they want it to stop. And they, like, you know, people have been hoping that it won't go well for me, which is sad. Sad. That's a sad existence, because it's just like, yo, what's going on with your life? You know what I mean? Like, why don't you worry about yourself and pushing forward and stuff like that? But, you know, so if it wasn't for y'all, like, honestly, I would not be able to get forward, because I've said this before, the industry looks at stats, they look at numbers, they look at engagement. Thank you all for who have commented on this live stream today. And another thing, I'm pretty sure that there's some of you on other platforms that aren't getting through to my live chats. And I really don't know how to combat that. But something does tell me that y'all are commenting on other, because I'm only getting YouTube comments on here, which is interesting. So I'm going to look into that and see what's going on. But I got a feeling that y'all not getting through. So I am so sorry for that. I will see how it is that we're able to fix that, because this is supposed to be integrated with all of these platforms. And so it should be coming up automatically in the chat, but I'm pretty sure it's not. But, you know, I mean, oh, what the heck? While we got a little bit of time, why don't I talk about Hit Dogs? And also, like the beat inspired me. But let's talk about why I wrote the song. And I won't get into too much, because there's other things coming up that are going to allow for those conversations to be had. But, you know, I'm tired of being tried. And I'm tired of being blatantly, like, ignored, actively. In a lot of cases, people go out of their ways to try to do that. And it's very obvious. And it was time to it was time to finally say my piece about some of the things that I saw going on and have seen going on for since the beginning of my career. And I would say even more so after the first 3 years of my career, when things actually started to happen for me. I noticed that a lot of people got silent in these streets. And I noticed that there is, for a lot of people, an active, like I said, agenda to try to exclude me from what I would think is, in my opinion, is a very, very important space, you know, and in my community, in my city. I think it's a space that is important. But it's one that I can't I can't place too much weight in, um, and haven't been for a while now, because if it was left up to a lot of people that contribute to that space, I would be no longer. So it was time for me to finally speak my piece and to say my words. And, like I said, there'll be another opportunity for me to really dive into some of the things, maybe, maybe not. But, there's things that I notice. And, you know, I'm not the only one that notices these things. It's just I'm the only one who is bold enough to say something. I'm the only one who's bold enough to say something, because people really be like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not only about that, it's about me too. People be really, which is why I don't trust people, because I don't like that. I don't like people who smile in your face. Hi, Pharaoh. Pharaoh. Hi, Pharaoh, who is not one of the people that I'm referring to. What's up? Yeah, King Egg. That's the thing. It's just like you have to say what it is that you gotta say, because people are gonna want to dead you anyway. It don't matter. You could be the nicest person, you could be humble or whatever have you, because usually I am a humble person. Just in general, it's just who I am. You know what I'm saying? But people take your kindness for a weakness. Um, and they also try to diminish your legacy. They try to discredit what it is that you've done, um, and where it is that you stand. They try to make that seem like that's not real, like that's not a thing. And it's just silly, especially when majority of those people are of, you know, the opposite sex. Ooh. Especially when those people are your counterparts that should be protecting you, or should be, how do you say, your ally. They should be your ally, and they not, and like they think that, like, they're competing with you, which is weird, because it's like, yo, ain't nobody even thinking about you. um Yo, the Pharaoh, like, it'd be crazy, yo. And the thing about it is like, I know that, like, people, like, they love, I'm like that forbidden thing, like, don't talk about it because it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, they love to act like I didn't do that. And it's just like, yo, At this point, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for, I just feel like my city as a whole to be doing that. Like, I just feel like that's embarrassing. Um, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, no, like, I don't have no, nobody around me like that. Um, that's why in Hit Dogs I said, only real fucking. That's why I said that, because I'm like, I know who's real. Pharaoh talking to me right now. I know who's real, and I know who be on that, like, I don't know, it be kind of girly a little bit. Like, to be honest with you, like, that type of thing be, I've been in rooms with people walk by me like they don't know who the guy I am. And they came into, you know what I'm saying? They came into my area or my space, or whatever have you. And like, really, really went out their way to, like, act like that's not there. There's a whole person there. I seen that. It's weird. It's weird behavior. It's so strange. Um, and I don't even know what to do with it, because it's just like, yo, like, my guy, like, for real, that's how y'all move out here in these streets, dudes. Dudes move like that. I know they don't do that in New York, y'all. They don't do that in New York. They don't do that in Boston. They don't do that nowhere. But, you know, usually you especially in this in this industry, number one. In the industry number one, where it's male dominated, but also, to speak more to a local, I guess, standpoint, like, immediate surrounding. I wouldn't even say local. Immediate surrounding standpoint, even more so. There's only so many, like, females that are doing it. I could count how many are actively pursuing. Um, and, like, I say that specifically because of, you know, but there's only so many that are actively or have actively really pursued. A lot of talent. A lot of talent. Don't get me wrong. There's so many talented people where I'm from. Like I said, y'all, I'm from Springfield, Mass, 413. But actively pursuing, there's only so many. So you would think that it would just doop, doop, be, you know, automatic as a male to hold them up and to be an ally and to protect and to make sure, you know, that we gonna get through. Like, you know, that's what you would expect to see. And yeah, Farrell, that's the weird. It's weird. It's weird. Pretty V said the other day, she said, Farrell has said, they feel it take away from them. For real. Pretty V has said the other day, so what? I'm gonna put that. Let me put that in the chat. Put that in the chat. Thank you, Farrell. Pretty V said, so what? So what? So what, you broke and somebody else got money? So what, you got money and somebody else is broke? So what, you up today and someone else is down? And vice versa. So what? Do what you gotta do for yourself and what you were called to do to make it pop. Your calling. Doesn't matter about anybody else's. And that doesn't mean that it was very, it hit me because it wasn't just about, like, oh, so what everybody's doing, I'm doing me, da da da. It wasn't that. That's not what she was saying. What she was saying is, stop getting so caught up with this, the ego. Stop getting so caught up with the ego that it ends up prohibiting you from moving forward in a way that makes sense for yourself and the people around you. A lot of y'all end up burning bridges. You don't even know you burnt them bridges. Them bridges burnt. Them bridges gone, babe. You already made your bed, you know? And, you know, the sad part is that you have some people that will stay quiet so that if anything happens for you in the future, they can hitch their trailer to your wagon and be an opportunist at that point in time. And like act like, well, you know, I've been supporting you all the time. It's like, nah, yo, you've been silent this whole time. That's just as bad as like saying something negative, yo. Especially when it's like obvious. It's obvious what you're doing. You know, but at the end of the day, I'm just gonna continue to do me because that's all I can do. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like, so what? I'm just gonna keep being the positive person I am. But there's some people that will never be able to get next to me ever. There's some people that I will not go out of my way to acknowledge. And I don't, at this point, I don't want them to go out of their way to acknowledge me. Because then that would just hit dogs will holler. That would be weird. So at the end of the day, Hit Dogs was about that. Hit Dogs was about just me actually being open and honest about my experience and you know, a very male dominated genre as well as environment, immediate environment, surroundings, and seeing what it is that, you know, how people move. They see you in person and they say something. They speak. But then when, you know, when they clearly see that things are moving or whatever have you, they're silent because they don't want you to have that. They don't want to push that forward. They don't really want you to get ahead. But when you're seeing me in person, it's all this and I just don't like that. I just like the same energy. But I also see it happening with other people too. Like right now, as we speak, I see it happening with other people where you're getting the fake thing going on right now. You know, people who done probably said negative things about you, but they in your face right now, gassing you up because it's convenient for them. People who, you know, as soon as something goes left or whatever have you, they probably not going to try to talk it out with you because it was never real from the jump. It wasn't real love from the jump. They just needed you to benefit off of because it's convenient right now. I see a lot of that. And remember, it's a male dominated genre. So who you think I'd be seeing it amongst? But a hit dog will holler. That's what Hit Dogs is about. Hit Dogs is about that. Because at the end of the day, like people need to start keeping it funky with themselves and like the way that they move and who they really are. You know what I'm saying? Like start being real about that. If you're going to be that person, then stand on it, yo. Stand on it. Say it's who you are because that's what you are and that's who you are. I would appreciate that more. You know what I'm saying? Like I would appreciate it more if people were honest about what they are and who they are. Then I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. You that type of person and you said it. You know, but But now I'm into the boys club anymore anyway. You know what I mean? Like I haven't worn it in there in a long time because it was shown to me that um it was shown to me that at some point in time I became people's competition. At some point in time I became the person that they want to ostracize and that they want to exclude on purpose. Somewhere down the line that happened. Not because I did anything to these people. I'm minding my business. But because of perception and the way that they move. Some people can't help. They can't help. They can't help but for some of that to come up off their skin. They can't help for it to ooze out of their being. And some people got some big ass heads, yo. Like their ego is like, rah! And so when you get those two combined, you get weird stuff that happens. And that's why I wrote Hit Dogs. Because something on my mind. Something was on my mind, y'all. So I just had to get it out. But at the end of the day, if it don't apply, let it fly. Let it fly. Let it fly. Let it fly. And another thing too is like that ear. A lot of people out there chatting. I know who you are. So keep doing that. You don't have to be fake to me though. That's not a requirement. You know, you want to talk about my obvious development, which I've said time and time again publicly about where it is that I am vocally and how I'm still navigating and I'm still working and every day is something new. I still have like mind-blowing, groundbreaking things that happen to me. Like it's like game changer things that happen as far as vocally goes. I still have those moments. They're happening all the time because I'm new. You know what I'm saying? But imagine being a damn bully. Imagine being somebody who's like behind the scenes, like and like sharing videos and stuff and making my videos go up in the algorithm. Thank you for that, by the way. But like just imagine being those people. Like how nasty do you have to be inside? Like how cruel, like how nasty of a person do you have to be inside? And a lot of y'all wouldn't say that to me. And also, not only that, a lot of y'all wouldn't do that publicly because you know it would make you look like a what? A bad person, which you are. You're a bad person. Like, again, just keep it funky. You know what I'm saying? If you're the bully, you're the bad person. If you're the bystander, if you're the opportunist, if you're the leech, if you're the like, if you're that, like, just keep it funky and be real about yourself. Keep it funky and just be real about like who you are. A lot more people would appreciate that. Like if you're a nasty little person, like if you're a bad person and you still haven't acknowledged that at your big age, at your big ages, that's crazy. Get some therapy, yo. But again, hit dog will hop. These are just thoughts. These are just jokes. Thank you, King Egg. These are just jokes. Am I serious? I don't know. I don't know. Like at the end of the day, I just came to do what it is that I came to do. What baby's gotta do, what a baby's gotta do. And I'm just here. I'm still here. That song came on my my library, like my radio today on Apple Music, and I was like, okay, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but I took that, I smiled because I was like, yeah, I am still here. So anyway, that's the story. Hey, Kara. Hi, baby. That's the story behind Hit Dogs and the reason why I wrote it. And I posted the lyrics multiple places, so it's not like it can be misconstrued. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, um, kumbaya, pretend, fake love, fake friends, get from off me, back from me, put them away. Right, Kiara? A baby's got two, a baby's got two. But like, it's time, I think that people got comfortable being okay or being like, you do your thing and we all do our thing. And at the end of the day, we're all trying to get better. Ain't nobody no Drake out here. Like, be for real, yo. Ain't nobody no Kendrick. Be for real. It's just humble yourself. Like, humble yourself. There's a certain amount of bravado that we have to have. But at the same time, there's also like reality. Delulu. There's also reality that like has to take place as well. And I think some people get ahead of themselves. I'm good, boo. I'm chilling. Chilling, chatting it up. Like I said, this isn't even, I hope you're doing okay. This isn't even like the tip of the iceberg. So there's so much. There's just, child, I could go on and on and on about so many things, but today is not that day. I just wanted to explain Hit Dogs, how it came to be, why it came to be, and everything. And then I also wanted to talk about Fallen because, like I said, Fallen is an insane moment in my career. It's to me just as big as the Grammy consideration, and it's still not even over. Like, that moment it continues to grow, and so it's insane. If you guys have not seen Plight on Amazon Prime Video, make sure that y'all check that out on Amazon Prime Video. It is a really good movie. But it's still gaining steam. The movie itself, it's already steamy, and it's still, and the song Fallen, the music video is out, but the song is not out yet, y'all. So this is still a developing something. And I think the cool part about this is that because the song isn't out yet, and because you saw the video, y'all get to really be like, I can talk about it to you. You know what I'm saying? Because prior, if the music video didn't come out, I wouldn't be able to say anything about it until something was released, until I was told to. You get sworn to secrecy in these things. Like, you the more you go up in the profession, the more quiet things get. And so as far as not being able to say anything until it's time to say something, until you're told that it's time to say something by the powers that be from those projects, artistic projects, not the projects. I grew up in the projects for some time, so y'all don't do that. Y'all don't do that to me. But you have to hold on to that, and I don't have to do that anymore. because it's already out there. So I can talk to y'all about what is happening as it's happening, which is pretty freaking cool. Because 9 times out of 10, I don't get to do that with y'all. Kiara. I am so excited for you, boo. I am so excited for you. Kiara, go ahead and put your screen name for Twitch down in the chat. Because I'm about to get off and she's about to get on Twitch, y'all. So if you want to hop over to Twitch and check out my girl, Kiara, please. I am so proud of you. I'm very proud of you. And, you know, let's see what goes on with acting, because, and this is one of the things that I be trying to tell people. Everybody you don't have a spot. It's a work in progress every day when it comes to this industry. There's no spot. Like, you're only as good as the last thing that you did, which it's crazy because I was talking to Sticks from Springfield, Mass. Shout out to him. He caught me in the grocery store and we had like a brief conversation, but it was a good conversation. He was talking about, he's like, you know how it is. Like, you're only as good as the last thing you did. And he did a lot. Produced records and all this other stuff. All these things, all these accolades, but it's still every single day you got to keep on pushing. So you don't know who's going to be who. Look at Ron Baker. Look at Ron Baker, completely got into the fashion lane and is taking that over. Look at Lexi, completely in the fashion lane, taking over. It's like, you don't know who's going to be a someone in your book. So be kind, be nice, because it's not just because you have a talent or you had a moment or whatever have you, it doesn't mean that the moment's going to stay there. It just means that it's there for right now, and you need to figure out what it is that you're going to do for yourself to keep that momentum going for yourself. You don't got no spot. It's anybody's game. I've been doing this for over 10 years. And I'm still striving. I'm still growing. I'm still evolving. And hey, somebody else might come out with a hit record tomorrow from Springfield, Mass. and completely do the thing. And like, you know what I'm saying? I never assumed it's going to be me that does the thing. And what people got to understand is it don't need to be one person, but y'all ignorant. That's just an ignorant thought. It's gotta be me. Like, it's just freaking crazy. Of course, baby. Kiara was at the Welcome to My Psyche concert, y'all, too. So shout out to her. But you know, I'm off this. She's about to get on Twitch. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I appreciate you so much. Like I said, you know, I want to come on here a couple more times, and well, I just want to come on here more, but I got to figure out a day and a time. Oh, by the way, this shirt is one of the Taja New shirts, merch shirts. Let me see if you can see on the back. On the back it says, what? Nubian team. Yeah, Nubian team. On the back, this is on my website. There's only a couple of these ones left. And there is a regular and a crop, option. So you can get a regular size or crop. But I think there's like, I want to say this because I checked just before the live. There's an extra large, there's a small, and there's 2 mediums left. So they're up on my website. Shirts are $30, but it's $5 off if you're watching this live and you use Bedroom Live is the coupon code. If you use Bedroom Live, you'll get $5 off and the shirt will only be $25. And I will have it mailed to you. There's also other options up there. There's the Welcome to My Psyche collection that's up there. And there's also the I'm So Couture collection that's up on my site. So if you're looking to grab Taja New merch, head on to my website and at tejanu.com. Just go to tejanu.com and go to the merch like tab, and you can get your merch. All of those shirts, the coupon code will apply. All you have to do is put in Bedroom Live, no spaces, and it should be $5 off. If you have a problem with the coupon code, please let me know, and I will make sure that that works for you. But it's only available until Thursday. So, because this is for the people that watch live. This ain't for everybody. So, it's only available till Thursday. So it will come down on Thursday. So you will not be able to access it after that. So don't come hit me up on no Thursday talking about something. I can't get the shirt. I can't get the coupon code because I told you. It's only available today and tomorrow. Don't come to me on Thursday talking about I can't put the coupon code. Bedroom Live, y'all. Let me put it in the chat. Bedroom Live is the coupon code on my site for $5 off. Yes. Oh, you learning Spanish and sign language? That's what's up. I know Spanish. It was my major in college, actually. But I don't know. I'm not the most confident speaker. But it does find itself in my music. You can hear it in my music come out a lot of times. I can write the heck out of Spanish. I could read and write very, very well. I can like listen if people talk regular. But if they start ripping off and going, child, I'd be so lost. People like, what they say? I'm like, I don't know what they say. But when it talk regular and stuff like that, like I can understand. But if it gets fast, then that's when I'm like, I don't know what happened. Somebody clue me in. Speaking is another story. That's just another skill set that I've never really quite been able to establish. Thank you, Pharaoh. Thank you for tuning in. All right. It's 8:30. I love y'all. Mwah. Thank you. And for those of you who tuned in on another platform, I am so sorry that you did not come up in the chat. I don't know why it is that the integration doesn't bring your chats through, but YouTube chat does work on here. So if next time you guys want to go on YouTube and you want to tune in there, you can tune in there. Thank you to all of you who were invited on Facebook and you accepted the invite and you tuned in. I am going to go on Facebook after and check everything. If there's any comments there, I'm going to try my best to get back to all of you. If there are comments on the live on Facebook, I apologize so much that it did not come through because I would have wanted to speak to all of you. But again, y'all, I'm on this and therefore I'm only seeing what they're showing me, and it looks like it's only YouTube comments. So I am going to look into what it is that I can do in the future. Maybe I have to have more devices open. I don't know, so that I can talk to all of you. I love you. I am off this. You know, I hope y'all have a good night and keep being you, y'all.